All right, everyone. You know what time it is. It's 11 o'clock. So let's get started. So today what I want to do, over the past couple of days, I've been working on on a property. And the property is I don't want to give too much information because I can't give too much information. But I think to me the property is a good property, but we're going to have to go about it in um, in a very strategic way. We got to be very careful with this particular property. All right, but um, I do want to talk about it because, and I'm going to talk about it. I just can't release some information. But what I want to talk about with this particular property are certain red flags. That's what I want to talk about. Now, I don't have much that I can share with you. Okay. But I think the conversation is still worth having. Okay. So, and what I'm gonna do, I'll make it more of a question and answer type thing. Okay. That way, everybody can get the mind rolling this morning, right? So I want to just thank everyone for coming out and everything. I'm glad to see everyone here and um and everything here at the Commercial Underwriting Show. Before I get started, Alicia, is my logo backwards to you or is it right?
No, it's correct.
Oh, it's correct. So it's backwards to me. All right, so
Yeah.
it's okay. So this particular property, 269 units, located in Houston, Texas. I could tell you all of that because there's a ton of properties, 269 that's in Houston, Texas, right? um, when when you get a pen, when you request for information, it should come in. It should always come in a certain format. And when I say that, if you are dealing with a broker, normally it will come in a specific format. Can someone tell me? And format may not be the right word, but I think you understand what I'm saying. When you request for information, there's certain particular information that should be sent to you. What's one of the things that should be sent to you? And don't everybody say it all at the same time. Just one
T-12.
thing now. Say only one thing. Don't say all of them. Just one thing.
T-12.
T-12. That's one. What's another one?
Roll. Rent
What do you
roll.
say? Rent roll is
Rent
who
roll.
said rent roll? That's number two. Now don't say all three. If you just said one and two, you can't say three.
An offering memorandum.
And an offering memorandum. Exactly. Exactly. So what would cause a red flag to go up if you are requesting for that information? If you're requesting for that information, what will cause a red flag to go up? Um, to go up, and you question if you're really dealing with a broker.
If they don't
Give you a
produce or if they
T3.
say they can't produce it.
Correct. They say they can't produce anything else.
Not up to date.
Not up to date. Anything else?
Some key things are missing from it.
Key things are missing from it. Okay. All right. Anything else? I mean, we could go on. So come give me at least two more and I'll stop. Don't be listen. Okay, so I know this is Alvin's first time here. I'm not picking on you, Alvin, right? But I just want Alvin to know that the Commercial Underwriting Show is an educational platform. So here, everyone here is about learning. Okay. Everyone here is about learning. So there are no right and wrong answers. Okay. We're here to help each other grow and to succeed in their career. All right. So there's no right or wrong. I mean, we may have to say, okay, well, that's a little off kilter a little bit, but you know what I mean. It's nothing to take personal. We're here to help each other grow. All right. So, and I wanted to say that because this is Alvin's first time here, and some people are shy and don't want to, uh, you know, they don't want to come on mic and all of that. So far everybody done got blacked out. So all I see is nothing but names, right? That's all I see. I don't see no faces. Everyone's blacked out.
You
Okay.
don't see me?
I mean, that's true. Correction. I do
Okay.
see, I see at least, and I see Ms. Vargas, uh, right? But everyone else done blacked out their screen. Like, all right, just log in and let's go. But so okay, so we already said three things that would cause a red flag. Certain things, so forth. I'm going to share this particular T-12 and rent roll because I want you to take a look at this. And when I got it, it was sent to me. It was sent to me from someone else, and I said to them, "Would you please ask the broker to send me uh, an updated T-12?" And uh, I wasn't getting a direct answer because after a while I got to the point I was like, "Hey, is this property with a broker?" And I wasn't getting a direct answer. Well, the uh, I think it was something like a broker, uh, a broker has some information, but it wasn't really like so forth and so forth. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm the type of person once you start giving me half fed information, I'm gonna start digging deeper. Now you got me asking even more questions, and I'm going to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. But this is some things that you have to do. If you're not getting the answers, you must dig deeper and find out, why am I not getting the answers that I need? Start asking for names. All right, who's the name of this broker? What company is this broker with? If they give you a name, go straight to LinkedIn, type that name in. Now you're probably saying, well, why LinkedIn? And why not Facebook? Facebook is okay, but LinkedIn is about business. And if we're in real estate, where do all of our real estate people go that's in business? We go to LinkedIn, right? I could go to LinkedIn and find just about every last one of you because you all have created a profile there because that's where it's easy to connect instead of Facebook. So the more I started digging into this particular asset, the more things start becoming visible. I was like, yo, that guy's not a broker. That guy's a developer. What was done was they in their in their title of their business, they added the word brokerage. But when you read what that company does, it's not a real estate company. So that right there, that another boom, another red flag went straight up. Boom. Okay, now who is this? When I was requesting information, the information that I was requesting wasn't coming from the broker. Where was it coming from? The attorney. Why is an attorney sending me information? can someone tell me, before I move on, can someone tell me why, if I'm requesting for an updated T-12, updated rent roll, why would it be coming from an attorney or an accountant?
One reason could be that um, the attorney works on behalf of the development company that's selling the property, or two, it's an REO, and the attorney is in charge of dispositioning that REO.
You hear that, everyone? Did you hear what Cedric said? Don't have me ask Cedric to repeat that because he may sue me. but if you didn't catch what he said because it could be that that property is an REO. All right, now, Cedric, I got to call you back. I got to call you back, man, because we got some new people here and we got some people that's just getting into real estate. They may not know what REO means. I know what it means. Alicia know what it means. A lot of us here know what it means. But what does REO mean?
Basically, it's real estate owned, and it's basically has been taken back from the owners or the people who bought the property. Made basically a foreclosure. Make it more simple for most people
There
that
it
will
is.
understand.
There it is, right there. He just said it. That's it. Foreclosure. REO, real estate owned. It's a foreclosed property. It's being foreclosed upon. That's the reason why an attorney or a CPA would be sending you information. So, but I wasn't getting this information initially. I had to keep like digging and asking questions and asking questions and you'll know when something's just not adding up. It's that being in this business, you will know. Something is just, something not adding up here. It's just not adding up. And when your gut telling you that it's not adding up, you don't have to necessarily drop the deal, but just keep inquiring about the deal. It's like you're making that person come forward and answer questions. Okay. So I'm going to share with you what the rent roll look like. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Here I come. I know you're probably saying, what is the hold up here, Darryl? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Give me 1 second. And I know I should have done this before, and I didn't. Hold on. Oh no, I was right. So just take that out. Great. Oops. Take that out right there. All right. That's good. Yeah. Why not just do this? Much easier. There we go. All right. So, ooh, I gotta change this here too. All right. No, I don't. Just take it out. All right. So this is a lot of dead space here. And we got all this dead space up in here. Make sure it's not anywhere else. All right. We're good. We're good, everyone. We're good. All right. Boy, that took a minute. Okay. So this here is the P&L. Okay. And when I received this, let me see. When I received this, this part here was hidden. It was like this. And then this part here, all right.
It's definitely one of the most colorful ones we've gotten.
I know, right? Okay. And this one was hidden. Okay. So when I got it, um, when I received this, the only thing that was visible was January to May. All right. Now, for the purpose of this, I'm just going to move all this over here so y'all can see this here. Okay. So when I received it, I was like, wait a minute. I said, this isn't a T-12. And the only thing I could see was just this right here. You couldn't even see this. So let me hide that. Okay. And believe it or not, I don't even remember what was it that made me start. Oh, I started looking up top. That's what it was. So when I saw this, I was like, yo, this is not a T-12. So I went back to the person that sent this to me. I said, please go back and ask them for a complete T-12. But then I started looking and I started looking across the top, right across here. And I said, wait a minute, this is hidden. I did like this. And I said, oh, okay. So then after that I went on ahead and opened up all of the columns that were, here we go, there it is, all of the columns that were hidden, and that's where I received the 2024 T-12. Now I'm going to block this. I want to move this right over because I want to ask you a question. Okay. So right here, you see 2024 T-12, and you got 2025 all the way to December 2025. Okay. Question. If someone send you a T-12 like this, what you're looking at, can you use that? No. Would you use that to underwrite your deal? Would you use this?
If it's current, I would, because it looks more like their budget and what they've actually spent. Those appear to be their actuals. And looking down below on your tabs, it looks like that's the profit and loss, the rent roll, and the T-12 all together in one.
Okay. Anything else? Any other comments, questions?
I would say too, Darryl, that I would only use the current numbers, and then look at the history just to see what the trends are, to see if there's anything missing in the current.
Okay, so there's two things that you said. You said you would use it, but then you said you said you would use the current. So what would be the current for you? If
20,
what you're looking at?
2025
Uh-huh.
and current to me would be anything that listed June, July numbers. And I see that
Yes.
that's budget, right? But
Mhm.
I don't know if they've updated anything. So we would traditionally say, hey, I need something more current.
Okay. All right. All right. Any other comments? Anything?
Those numbers on the budget and projection look like they're AI originated. And I say that just because on the left-hand side, it says AI apartments.
Oh,
Uh,
I just put that there. I just did that. I just erased the name of the property.
Okay.
Anyone else? Listen, everyone. This is a learning opportunity. Just say something. Give me some feedback.
Is there any? I'm guessing they're not projecting any kind of rent increases.
Hmm.
Just
Oh,
looking at the numbers because they're kind of like flat across.
right. Let me make sure you can see all of that too. Uh, Wait a minute. Oh yeah, there it is. You got it. You see it now? Because I didn't have it. I think I had it like right here. So what I did, there it is. I just want now you can see the market growth potential stuff like that.
How about going back to the first columns where you had the quantity of units? Didn't you say this was a 269 unit building?
Yeah.
Then your quantity of units comes up to 296, not 269. The average rent per unit is more like 848, not the 1.2 they're showing. So there's some, I don't know, disagreement in their own figures right off the bat.
Mhm.
I'm talking about, columns like ABC.
Hmm. Okay. Any,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I just wanted to give a little bit of input or for at least from what I see. Yeah, kind of like what Alicia said. This looks like it just wasn't updated because the title of the document says May 2025. So I'm
Hmm.
assuming it was done when they were originally trying to, sell this or market this back in May,
Hmm.
which is right up till May.
Right.
So like Alicia said, I feel like I would request an updated one with the current months. But then
Right.
also on the bottom tabs, I see that there is a this is like the P&L, but all the way at the bottom is another tab for T-12.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so
That
was
was
that
something that I put that together.
okay. So that wasn't what they provided.
Yeah, yeah, that was what they provided.
Okay.
I went into my forensic science mode and built out a T-12.
Okay, kind
That's
of
what
like
I did.
reverse engineer it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And you know something? Maybe I'll show that. After this, I'll show that too. Show you what I did. All right. Thank
Hey,
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, Darryl.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Number one, how's everybody doing?
All right. All right.
Gross potential rent and market rent. Okay, so the market rent naturally is the same all the way across, but what is the gross potential rent?
That's a good question. Good. 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 Good question. Okay. So that's. I'm glad we got the feedback. I'm glad we're getting all this feedback. This is perfect because these are the these are some of the things. One, by me getting a rent roll, a T-12 like this, I'm going to show you the rent roll. I'm going to show you the rent roll. But by me getting it like this, it made me ask questions. One, there was nothing in the gross potential rent where a broker, if a broker had this, a broker is going to put something in the gross potential rent, not unless the rent, the information he had was actual cash payments of the rent. Then gross potential rent will be blank, but this would not say market rent. This would say either collected rent or actual rent or or something to that effect, or cash rent, or it would tell you that this rent is cash. They went, got the cash from the tenants, put it in the bank. This is the total amount. And it wouldn't be consistent straight across. It would not be consistent straight across. It would be fluctuations up and down, up and down. Okay, let me put that back to where I had it. Right there. Yeah, go ahead, Alicia.
So Darryl, just out of curiosity, what is the T12 down at the bottom? Because this is the profit and loss statement.
So, okay,
Is that different?
so that's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. What is a profit and loss? What is a T12, right? A lot of times we use them interchangeably, those particular words, profit and loss, or T12. Some may not call it profit and loss, some may not call it T12, some may call it financials, but we all know what it means. So, so in this case, the profit and loss is the T12.
So there's nothing else under that T12 tab.
Now, I called it T12 because I'm gonna show you what I did to create my T12.
Oh, that's what you created. Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I called it T12. It was for me, it was what I created when I created the T12. So one, everyone gave some very good information. Some of this here should have been red flag. You should run back to the broker and ask questions like, yo, this is August. Can you give me some updated information on June and July? They can't tell you nothing about August. I'm gonna tell you that right now, so don't even bother to ask. But they can't tell you about July. We what? August 19th? They should be able to give you information on June and July. Okay. So what I did after I uncovered the hidden columns, I then, where is it? Oops. Oops. Oh, well, I'm not going to go find it. I'm just going to keep this one right where it is. So what I did, and I could show you right here, all I did was counted 12 months. I went backwards and counted 12 going back. So that took me to June of 2024. So what I had to do, I said, okay, well, let me close this, that is hide it, bring these together. Let me take all of this, hide it, and I took all of this, there, hided it, and then I came over here and created my total. And then I just added the numbers. And when you add the numbers, it should give you 12. Now you have your T12. Okay. Now, so are the numbers going to change? Are your numbers now going to change from what their numbers are? Yes, it is. Because now you're taking these actual numbers, that's a T12, and you're creating your own total. So what I did here in this case, I did just like this. I did
Hey,
that.
Darryl,
Hold on a second. And then I
Yo.
came over to right here, hit enter, and that's when I got my number. Then I just dragged it down. And I did it for each row. that gave me, I'm going to say, the most recent numbers since it's May, not having June and July. June and July are projections, and I would not use their projections because what my projections are going to be are not going to be the same as theirs. I could tell you that right now, right? It's not going to be the same. So, who had a question?
Yeah, I got a question. So what you did, you want 12 months, so you went back to July 24th and came forward to May, correct?
June,
Yeah,
right
June,
here.
I'm sorry. Yeah, June.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because this would be, if you take that and this, you'll see that that's 12 months.
okay, now you do got the 12 months, but prior to January, um, the loss to lease wasn't too bad. But then when you jump over there to January, it just went sort of crazy. So would that be, will you get the actual, why don't you just do T3 or something like that?
So, in a case like this, and excellent question, Mr. Jarman. That's an excellent question. I could just about guarantee you. I said just about, because my verifier, he's not here. But I could just about guarantee you that if you send this T12 to a lender, they're not doing a T3. And they're not going to do a T6. They're going to look at each and every month, T12. Then the lender is going to come back with a question. Why is there such a difference between December and January? There are certain times when you should do a T3. There are certain times when you should do a T6. There are certain times when you should do a T1. But when you're working with something that caused a lot of red flags, you should never do a T3, T6, T1. You should do a T12. You want to see every single column and question those columns if you see any inconsistencies. Anybody want, before I go on, do anyone want to say anything? I decided to share the underwrite that I did. I want to share the underwrite with you. And I'm going to share the underwrite from the individual that sent it to me.
What, I might have missed it. What is the asking price on this?
25 billion dollars.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Darryl.
How many units did you say?
Bob said it was 296. I think I was wrong with the 269. I think it's 296. I am going to tell you this, though. This is an opportunity. After you work through all the kinks and all the red tape and all of that, this is an opportunity.
Wait, you said billion or
Yeah.
million?
I said billion.
Yeah, he didn't catch it. Yeah, he said billion. You didn't. The other guy
I
didn't
said
catch
billion.
Yeah.
He said billion.
it.
So how much is it again?
25 billion.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I was tracking.
Of course, he just joked. I know.
I'm just saying because it sounds overpriced to me.
It's overpriced even if I tell you the real one. It's overpriced.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's overpriced even there. So, and you're going to see it's 25 million, everyone. It's 25 million. That's what it is. 25
This
million.
feels better.
That's what they're asking. It's overpriced. I can tell you that right now. It's overpriced. All right. So, are there any questions in reference to um what we have discussed so far? Okay. So, all right. So I decided to go ahead and share my underwriting with you. And please remember, everyone, that this is a learning opportunity. So don't be afraid to ask questions and so forth. Before I do that, I'm going to share with you. I want you to see the rent roll. I'm gonna share with you the rent roll. I'm gonna show it to you. Yep, 296. All right. So here's the rent roll. Right here. Does that look like a standard rent roll from a broker?
No.
No, that's correct. What would you like to see? Matter of fact, let me just do this right quick. There. What would you like to see on this rent roll that can help you uh, to determine or forecast what your rent is going to be or projected rent? What would you like to
Current,
see on?
I like to see current rent and market rent.
Okay, so we got current rent right here. So that was supposed to happen. All right. All right. And you said market rent. All right. So anything else?
The start date and last rate increase.
All right. The start. And you said what else you said?
The last date of the rent increases.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to see up here? Now, when I say what you would like to see up here, I'm talking about the things that would normally be on the T-12. How about this one? How about that? Lease start, lease end.
Yep.
Yeah, or current lease type, month to month versus year.
All right. So we got lease start, lease date. How about this one?
Outstanding rent. Rent that hasn't been paid yet.
Yeah, okay. Now, okay.
Outstanding.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Or
But okay, so
late rent.
I gotta create another column for that one. Hold on a minute. Let's do this one here. I'm gonna come back to the ones that's a triplet over there. Um, outstanding balance. Okay. So outstanding balance. How about this one? Move in. Oops, hold on. Move in date. How about that? And how about this one? How about that?
Those are
But
good.
but but how is move-in date and move-out date different from lease ends and lease start?
Okay, so suppose you moved into this complex right here, which is called blank complex, right? Because there's no name there. So we're gonna call this the blank complex. So Ms. Vargas moves in on August 19th, 2024, right? She still lives there. She haven't moved out. Oh no, I'm gonna change this to 2023.
Shouldn't you
So Ms.
start with
Vargas
the
moved, Ms.
lease?
Vargas, huh?
Shouldn't you start with the lease start?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So Ms. Vargas moved in on August 19th, 2023, but she hasn't moved out, right? And the lease hasn't ended. Actually, this lease, well, I'm not gonna worry about that. But she's been there, we know, for 2 years. And she's been renewing every year. So August 19th, holy smoke, that's today. She just started a new lease today because she renewed. So this August 19th, 2025. Now, when will this lease end? This lease will end August 18th, 2026. There you go. So, to answer Ms. Vargas' question, why wouldn't the lease start date be the same as the moving date? Because you renewed every year since you've been with us. And you're going, and now this is 2 years and you're with us. So now that's your new lease start date. And the current rent that you're paying is $889, and the market rent for this apartment is $1,100. Oh, and the last date of increase is August 19th, 2025. And outstanding balance, 0. Because if she had an outstanding balance, we would not renew. We good, everyone? You see why these columns are important. Whereas if you don't have, now that doesn't mean don't go after the property if you don't have all the columns. Boom. Okay, that doesn't mean that. All right. Because sometimes you're gonna have to build it out yourself. Okay. Sometimes they will give you the move-in date. There may not be how can I say, there may not be, no, there may not be, is it the move-in date? No, they give you a lease start date, but there's no lease end date. And all you gotta do is put lease in and tell Excel to take it back 1 year, and then just drag it down, and boom, you got it. Or move. No, I was right. You have a lease end date. You may not have a lease start date. We're going to assume that it's a year. Take it back 1 year and just drag it down. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. So there. So okay. So now let's. Any questions in reference to any of this right here? We good?
Wouldn't you want to put in a notice to vacate on that? And you'll know you're gonna have
Yeah.
a vacancy?
Okay. All right. So let's do that then. All right. So hold tight 1 second. All right. So the notice to vacate will, I believe, will go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it now. All right. So There you go. Notice to vacate. Now, when would you want that information, Kenneth?
At least 30 days prior to vacate date.
Okay, sounds good. All right. All right. So, any questions in reference to the rent roll, the way it looked, stuff like that, versus the way it used to look? No? Okay.
Yeah, Darryl.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question pertaining to not this, but is pertaining to the rent roll. Let's say as example, the growth potential is going to be $20,000 as an example. Okay, but what happened is that you have so you got that column there, and then you have
You mean right here?
vacant. No, not particular. Yeah, let's say that. No, let's not say that. Let me get an example, and then you change it up. Let me get an
Okay.
example, and then you change it up. So what I'm saying is that let's say that the gross potential on a property is $20,000. Okay, and let's say that you got 20 units as an example. Okay, but what happened is that the actual you have vacancies which equal $15,000. But what I'm trying to figure out is what is the average rent? How will you use those two different numbers to come up with the average rent for those 20 units?
You have 20 units. The gross potential is, you said 20 grand. The and the you said the
Yeah,
vacancy
actually,
is, the
with a
actual
complete,
money that was collected was 15 grand.
correct,
Okay, so you have a percentage there of showing what's vacant, right?
right.
That's what that would be. Now, myself, if I wanted to know, because there's no way you're going to get an exact amount, right?
Okay.
It's not going to happen because you don't have the exact rent. But what you do have, what you do know, um, Mr. Jarman, is this. I know what the vacancy is,
Okay.
and I know what my average rent is. Because if you were to
Where do you get the
divide
average
that,
rent? That's what I get to. Where do you get the average rent from?
so I would just take that monthly rent and divide it by the total number of units that are occupied, not vacant.
Okay, good, right there. That's what I'm getting to right there. You're good right there. So what you would do, you would take the total occupancy, the gross potential right there, you divide by 20, you say the average rent is $500 as an example, right? That's what you basically said just then, right?
No, I'm taking the rent collected.
Okay, so the rent collected in this case here would be $15,000. So you would take the average, you would take uh what's collected, which include the vacancy, which the average rent will be different than the gross potential. So the gross potential will be higher than the collected, right? So
I
then you
wouldn't,
uh-huh.
but
Well, go ahead.
no, I wouldn't even worry about the gross potential
Okay, I got you.
because you already said that you know the collected amount of rent. If you have the collected amount of rent, all you gotta
Okay.
do is take that and divide it by the total divided by the amount of occupied units. There you go. That would be an average
Okay.
rent for each unit, but that is not the actual rent for each unit.
Yeah, this I'll get into. So how we get that? So what we're looking
So,
at is how will you get the average? If you did it your way, I got you. You saying what it is right now, actual. What you said, that's where you get the actual by taking that whatever that number is and divided by the 20 units, not by the 15 units. I'm trying to get this straight because this is something that I've been looking at and trying to figure out. That's what come
so,
out sort of.
so if you have the collected rent, just take the collective rent and just divide it by the
Okay,
total, divided by the occupied units. That's going to give you an average. That's not giving you the actual amount of each of the units. That's going to give you what an average is for each of the units. Now, if you want to know what the actual amount, and you don't have a rent roll, you do not have a rent roll, the only way you're going to find out is by asking and getting a copy of the lease.
okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
That's the only way. But if you're just going with an average, hey, just tell me the average. Here's the average. Total rent collected divided by the occupied units. You got an average.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we got 7 minutes. Let me jump over to the underwrite right quick, which is right here. Okay. So this message here, what I'm going to say to you here from this point going forward, if you ever ask me to underwrite a deal for you, I'm going to ask you for the OM, rent roll, and the T-12. And I want the latest information. If you send me anything that's broken, I'm not going to underwrite it because it's a waste of my time. And I'm going to send it back to you and tell you this is what I want. So I could get started. There's other things that's going to come in there now, believe me, if I'm going to take the time to underwrite it, okay? But just send me the OM, send me the rent roll, send me the T-12, and make sure it's current, please. Do not send me a T-12 that's from February 2025, and this is December 2025. I'm going to send it back. Okay? All right, so there's two things now because we only got 6 minutes. There's two things I'm going to show you. Some of you are going to be familiar with this particular underwriting tool. Let me make sure there's no name up here. All right, there's no name up there. So some of you are familiar with this underwriting tool. I started out on this underwriting tool, but I learned real fast. I'm gonna have to share the screen, I guess. Yeah, because I got to jump back and forth. Okay, so some of you I'm sure are familiar with this underwriting tool. And the reason why I'm sharing it, the person was excited about this particular deal. They sent it to me. They said, I underwrote it, right? And I said, okay, cool. Send me what you have, blah, blah, blah. And this is what they sent. So now I'm going to show you my underwrite. Okay. So here's the average rents right here for me that I did. Okay. And if you look over here, you'll notice that I have no numbers in here. Why would I not have numbers in here? Because I didn't have the information that we requested. Remember the information we said? Move-in date, start-in date, all of that. Remember that? Well, I didn't know. I was like, wait a minute. I need to know when these people moved in so I could look at the progression of the rents. Did they go up? Did they go down? I need to know. And I didn't have that information. By me not having that information, that was a red flag. Well, where did you get this information on your projections? If I don't have it, where did you get it? Okay. That was something that caught my attention real fast. right? So now I'm going to jump over to right here, taxes. Okay, on the T12, this is what the taxes are, right here. And if you look straight across, that's what the taxes are here. That's a red flag for me. When you say to me, I'm underwriting this deal, that's a red flag to me. Why now? Why is this a red flag to me? And if it's a red flag, what question am I going to ask you? Think about it now. The T12, what that number you were looking at came directly from the T12. And it went straight across.
You're saying that the tax is not going to go up.
Thank you. Taxes are not going to go up. And we all know taxes are going to go up. So that leads me to ask you a question. The question is, did you bother to check with the tax assessor office to get what the taxes are going to be? Estimated taxes are going to be. 9 times out of 10, you didn't. If I see that, I already know you didn't, right? Okay, so let's, and I'm only going to just show a few more because time is of the essence, right? Another thing, right here, insurance. And I'm going to show you insurance right here. Here's insurance directly from the T12. And the insurance here is the same straight across. What does that tell? Mr. Jarman said the first one, but what does that tell you about the insurance? Go ahead, Kenneth.
Same thing. We're not expecting insurance to go up.
That's right. You're not expecting insurance to go up, and you didn't check. Okay. Taxes and insurance. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you go back to the original Michael Blanks thing,
yeah,
he did project under the third column that the taxes would go up. That number was different.
But on his offer, taxes were the same. They didn't go up. I'm still going to ask you about it, right? Correct. So I just wanted to show you, there are just certain things. If you want me to underwrite a deal, right, I want you to underwrite the deal. Not unless you say me, I don't know how to do it. I'm going to screw it all up. I'm going to do it. I say, okay, I'll underwrite the deal. You and I will discuss the ins and outs of it before I even start. But there are certain things that you need to have. Just don't send me anything that's incomplete. Since you're bringing me the deal, you find out what the insurance is. Now, if you don't have an insurance person, hey, Darryl, I don't have an insurance person to check the insurance. Can you recommend someone? Yep, go to JT. Okay. When it comes to the taxes, property taxes, hey, Darryl, how do I check these property taxes? Call the tax assessor's office in that county. Everything else you and I will work out with the rest of the expenses. Because if I was to go through all of the expenses, you will see that each and every one of my numbers is different from his numbers, according to the T12, which told me he didn't use an accurate T12. Okay. His numbers, what his offer price may have been, right? It may have been more than what seriously, it could have been more than what they were asking. And if someone wasn't knowledgeable enough in underwriting and he didn't come to someone that's, hey, can you just check this and help me out? He may have paid that overprice. That's what we're here to prevent you from happening. We at the Commercial Underwriting Show, Darryl, Alicia, and one other person that's not here, we're here to stop you from making those mistakes. We're here to help you to get that deal across the finish line. if the numbers make sense. I'm gonna tell you right now, Alicia and Darryl, we're not going to inflate numbers. Don't if you try, don't even try to ask us to inflate numbers, because we're gonna tell you to just go somewhere. We're gonna hang up the phone on you. Just what? Click. See you. We're here to help you to get that deal done, to get it across that finish line. So at the Commercial Underwriting Show, if you need help, reach out. We'll help you. Okay, but come correct. Because I can tell you right now, I'm a little softy. Alicia ain't no softy. All right. But listen, for real, all jokes aside, yeah, we are here to help you. All right. We're here to help you. So I hope today was educational. I hope you got something out of it. And you know, if there's something else, if there's something that you would like for me to cover, shoot me an email. Say, Dal, can you cover this in your next underwriting show? I'll be more than happy to do that. All right, because that keeps my brain moving too. All right, it keeps me and Alicia on our toes. So, all right, everyone. But listen, thank you all for coming. Thank you for the support, and I'll see everyone back here next Tuesday on the Commercial Underwriting Show. Take it easy.
Thank you.